everyone, welcome back to Wheel Reverend. If you love bikes that blend retro soul with modern tech, you're in for a treat today because we're taking an in-depth look at the much-anticipated 2025 Yamaha Road 350. Yes, you heard that right, the Road 350 is officially back. For many riders, this name alone brings back memories of raw two-stroke power, legendary exhaust notes, and the unmistakable thrill of a bike that was always a little bit wild. So, has Yamaha done justice to this icon? Stick around, because we're breaking down every detail from its key features to performance, design, pricing, and what really makes it stand out in today's competitive motorcycle market. First off, a bit of background. The original Yamaha Road 350 was a two-stroke legend of the 70s and early 80s. Back then, it was known as the Pocket Rocket, a bike that punched far above its weight with light-weight handling and a wicked power bend that made it a hero on the streets and racetracks alike. Fast forward to 2025, and Yamaha has set out to revive that spirit, but with a machine that fits modern emissions standards and today's rider expectations. The result: a bike that aims to deliver the same thrill but in a way that's cleaner, safer, and more refined, while keeping just enough of that rebellious edge. So, what powers the new Road 350? Underneath that classic-inspired bodywork sits a 350cc parallel twin-engine but unlike the old two-stroke, this one's a modern liquid-cooled four-stroke. It produces around 40 horsepower at 10,000 rpm and about 30 Nm of torque at 8,500 rpm, which might sound modest, but here's the catch. The bike weighs just under 160 kilograms wet. That means you're getting a featherweight machine with a peppy, rev-happy motor, exactly the kind of power-to-weight ratio that made the original so much fun to toss around corners. Yamaha has tuned the engine for a crisp throttle response and a power curve that encourages you to rev it out, keeping that lively feel the Road was famous for. To complement the engine, Yamaha has equipped the Road 350 with a slick 6-speed gearbox and a slip-and-assist clutch, making aggressive downshift smoother and reducing clutch lever effort, great for city riding or when you're pushing it on twisty roads. The exhaust is a big talking point too. While modern emissions rules make it impossible to replicate the smoky two-stroke note, Yamaha has designed a twin-exit exhaust with a deep, raspy tone that still gives you a grin every time you crack the throttle. When it comes to the chassis, Yamaha went with a lighter-weight trellis frame made from high-tensile steel, paired with an aluminum swing arm. The bike rides on 17-inch alloy wheels wrapped in grippy radial tires, a 110 section at the front and a chunky 140 at the rear. For suspension, you get a 37mm USD fork up front with adjustable preload and rebound damping, and a monoshock at the rear, also adjustable for preload. This setup is tuned for nimble, sporty handling while still offering enough comfort for daily riding. Braking is handled by a single 298mm disc at the front with a radially mounted 4-piston caliper and a 220mm disc at the rear, both backed up by dual-channel ABS. The brakes feel progressive and sharp, which is exactly what you'd want on a lightweight sport bike. Yamaha has also added a switchable traction control system, a welcome addition that brings some modern safety tech to the retro-inspired package. Design-wise, the new Road 350 is a proper nod to its roots. You get a sculpted tank with classic road-style graphics, a minimalist tail section, and round LED headlamp that mixes vintage looks with modern function. The side panels are clean and slim, and the exhausts are slightly upswept, giving the bike that sporty, ready-to-race stance. The twin-pod instrument cluster looks retro at first glance but hides a fully digital TFT display inside, showing all the essentials like gear position, fuel efficiency, ride modes, and smartphone notifications if you choose to pair your device via Bluetooth. Speaking of tech, the Road 350 comes with two ride modes, a standard and sport. Standard tones down throttle response for city and daily use, while sport sharpens things up for spirited riding. There's also a basic launch control system to help you get off the line quickly, a cheeky addition that'll make weekend drag runs even more fun. And for those longer rides, There's a USB charging port tucked discreetly under the seat. One of the coolest things about the new Road 350 is how customizable it is. Yamaha has already launched an official range of accessories. Think fly screens, retro racing seat cowls, bar and mirrors, and even period-correct tank pads, so you can really personalize your road to match that vintage racer vibe or go for a more modern street fighter look. Now let's talk price. The 2025 Yamaha Road 350 is expected to retail around $5,500 to $6,000, depending on your market and the trim level you choose. That puts it in the sweet spot for riders who want something more special than a commuter 300 but don't want to break the bank for a larger displacement bike. It's competitively priced against bikes like the KTM Duke 390 or the Royal Enfield Continental GT 650, but it brings that extra retro appeal that sets it apart. So, what's the unique selling point here? It's really the blend of old and new. Yamaha hasn't just slapped a retro badge on a generic bike. They've created something that honors the spirits of the original road, a bike that's light, simple, thrilling to ride, and easy to live with. It's not overloaded with unnecessary electronics, but it gives you just enough modern tech to keep things safe and convenient. And that's what makes it so appealing. It's a bike that encourages you to get out there, push your limits, and just enjoy the ride, exactly like the original did for a whole generation of riders. For younger riders, this is an approachable sport bike with classic attitude. For seasoned riders, it's pure nostalgia with everyday usability, a reminder of the good old days but without the hassle of mixing oil or dealing with finicky carbs. And for everyone in between, it's a stylish, fun alternative to the increasingly high-tech and sometimes overly complicated bikes on the market today. So, is the 2025 Yamaha Road 350 worth the hype? If you ask us, absolutely. It won't be the fastest or the most powerful in its class, but that's not the point. This bike is all about the riding experience, a lightweight, agile, and just raw enough to make every ride feel special. Yamaha has nailed that balance between honoring the past and embracing the present, and we think that alone will make the new Road 350 a hit with riders who crave something a little bit different. Alright, that's it for today's deep dive into the 2025 Yamaha Road 350. What do you think about Yamaha bringing back this legend? Does it live up to the road name, or were you hoping for something wilder? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Wheel Reverend for more honest bike reviews and all the latest motorcycle news, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next ride. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and we'll catch you in the next one.